Hey, what's going on, everybody? Just wanted to record a quick video. Excuse me. After a really positive experience that I had this morning at service this morning. Today I attended Synagogue service, first time ever. Definitely a positive experience, I'll say that. I just left a little while ago, so I'm still processing the experience. But I can definitely say that I'm glad that I went, and I will be back, hopefully sooner than later. But one of the things that I really wanted to share was something that I observed, not just the observing a rabbi reading from Torah or reading any sort of scripture. What I observed was something beyond that. What I observed, first feeling was community. That was the first thing that I observed. There's a community here. This isn't just a house of worship. It's a place of community and worship. Now I get it. A lot of church services got that community thing going too, and Muslims, and that's what I get the most of from any service is the sense of community. And I'm not making this video to compare like what was better about this service than any other service. I don't want to do that. But what I wanted to share was maybe something different than what they had intended to present today at service, but it was observed nonetheless. There's a lot of observations, a lot of observations that I had today, and I'm going to take some time to process them. But one stood out really, really clearly, and I wanted to share this one in particular because a lot of the things that I hear and I read, I see people saying about Jewish people. So I just wanted to share this truth. Not a perspective, but the truth of my observation. At service today, the early morning service, which was filled with a lot of music, some chanting, some hand clapping, some dancing, it felt good. It felt really good. And what I also observed was, I guess I was among some of the younger peoples that were there. There was a lot of older folks, for sure. A lot of older folks. High percentage. Not everybody, but a high percentage. And there was a lot of kids, but there was like kids' activities. And so I'm with the adults and noticing there's a lot of white people. Like everybody here is white and old. And I know how the general perspective or perception of old white people is. Old white Jewish people. Not my perspective, but from what I've heard from other people that would say, oh yeah, that sounds like an old white Jewish person. And maybe dismiss it as just a negative comment. However, what I witnessed today in service was really beautiful. Aside from the service, what I observed was that out of all these white people, there was one black guy. He had the kippah on his head. Everybody there, for the most part, had a prayer shawl, I think it's called. A kippah on the head. Even women. I didn't even know Jewish women wore that. Interesting. And this guy who stands out, just like I did, aside from, not aside, like my whiteness didn't stand out, of course. I blended in pretty well in that regard, but I'm the only one wearing a hat. Everyone else got kippahs. So I asked if I should take it off, and they're like, no, you can keep it on. So that was good, because I don't know how I'm going to look with a kippah, and my hair's a mess. So, but what I noticed is there was a period of the service where these older ladies got up and started dancing. like a chain, like a line of them dancing, and they're just up out of their seat, they're moving around, and as they're making the way down the aisle, you know, they're passing by our row of seats. It's me, this woman who was very hospitable to me and invited me to sit with her. To the left of her was this gentleman named Simon, the black gentleman. And these older white ladies walking by him and dancing, and they reached their hand out and grabbed his hand and they told him, like, come with us. And he was kind of like, not reluctant, but just took the hand and was being festive in the moment, but they're giving him that look like, come with us, come dance with us. So he got up, and watching them dance around the room together was such a beautiful moment for me. And I just felt like I have to share that. How people would interpret this video, I don't know. What they're supposed to get from it, I don't know. But what I got from it was, here's this community of people that they can clearly identify they have some others around them. Me being one of them. I'm an other because I'm the only person wearing a hat like this. And the other was a black guy. I did see 2 black people this morning, but only one was in this particular service. And the thought crossed my mind. I wonder how this congregation treats the others. As I'm thinking that, women walk by and they extend their hand and they invite him, the other, into their dance. And then I had to remind myself that although he may visually look like the other, and we identify the others, right? But he also had the kippah. So as far as the heart and soul and the mind of the individual, he's not an other. I'm the other. And I was just analyzing the way that people reached out to me, introduced themselves to me, invited me to sit down, made me feel like I belong. And I kind of think, well, if I look like them because I'm white, maybe that's why I'm getting the treatment that I do. But I won't know until I can see how they treat someone who looks very different from us. And that's what I saw today. And I just wanted to share that with you all because I've seen and heard this from people I don't know and people that I do know, is that when we see Jewish people practicing their customs and their rituals and presenting themselves as they choose to, for purposes that are in their heart and their mind, it's not for everybody to understand. But the way people point the finger and laugh and make the jokes and ridicule, you know, the strange customs of the Jews, it doesn't sit right with me either. Because throughout history, the Jews have been the other. And when you're treated a certain way, it's understandable that they would then treat other people who are not them as others. But I didn't see that today. I can't speak for any other synagogue. I can't speak for anybody Jewish anyways. But I can speak from my observation. I can share the truth that I observed. And I just want to share that with you all today. For a couple reasons. One is that when you clearly identify an other, however they are different to you, instead of pointing the finger, instead of staring, instead of making your comments, reach out. Introduce yourself. Create an environment where they feel like they are not othered. Their differences are not bad. You can show someone that's different from you or other than you that they belong to. But if everybody sticks around people that look like them and believe the same things that they believe in, someday you might be the other. So, on that note, I just wanted to say, to those who it applies, and to those that don't, let it fly. Shabbat Shalom. And may you see the other in your life as one and the same. May you see the people who are different from you as the perfect opportunity to connect, learn from, who knows, maybe make a friend. Maybe find they're not so different. That's all for now. God bless.